6A state championship game, the Trinity Shamrocks. Head coach Jay Cobb, players Elijah Burns Crump.
No. Again,
Oh,
I don't know where you're going. This is Nate Tronzo right here, Brady McInerney, and this is Clint Sanchez.
Got it. Thank you. Old roster. Coach, opening comments?
Tough football game, we knew it would be. The Washington kid adds quite a lot to him. The quarterback's a handful. I thought they played extremely well coming out. We stumbled a little bit, our freshman Q. A little bit shaky early, same way their freshman center was. Calmed down. After he calmed down, there were some things that we saw we liked, and he was able to take advantage of it. Clint had a big ball game offensively. Brady and Nate defensively did a good job on the Q, and we did a pretty good job on Washington with the exception of the second possession.
Questions from the media?
Coach, well, you're down 14-3. What changes? Because from that point on, it was the.
Well, I think I said it. It's again, it's the quarterback play. We had some things early that we saw, and he just was holding the ball a little bit too long. Anytime you see a Q patting the football, you got a problem. And he was doing that a little bit early. Hadn't done that in a long time, but every night when I lay that head on the pillow and think I've got a 15-year-old starting in a 6A championship game, it's a little tough. So I expected some of this. The good thing about him is he calmed down right away. I think these guys help him do that. He's surrounded by seniors and guys that have been through the wars a little bit. He's been through the wars too. You guys that saw him play in the stadium, Jason, I know you saw him, played really well there, did a really good job. And once he got his feet under him, he was settled for the night. And then he gets aggressive and he wants to go after him. He did a nice job with it. But getting the running game going, I also settled down that young quarter.
Jay, would you talk about the journey you guys went through? Kind of a rough start, obviously a rough schedule to start off, but the fans grumbling probably.
Hey man,
a little bit of that.
When I was offered this job, I told everybody, nobody wants to listen, especially Trinity's fan base. They just want you to win. They don't care who you're playing. They don't care what kind of talent you have. They don't care what your roster looks like. They just want to win. I get it. I understand it. As coaches, that's all we want to do. But for us, I told them the first 2 years are going to be tough. And I'll be honest with you, in our mind, in terms of the coach's mind, we kind of outperformed. We lost 4 games by 16 points last year. That football team could have been right here. He could have won it last year. The year before that, we went 0-6 to start the year, go to play Cincy St. X. They're number 10 ranked team in the country, and we beat them up there. That team was in the Final Four. We lost to Mail. So we knocked on the door. We've been around it. You probably have 30 championships when you go all the way through their coaching staff. You know what I mean? The thing that it was the most disappointing for me, getting the head coaching job, being an assistant, it was like I didn't win any. It's like I wasn't a part of 5. I was. And these guys, Brady was on the team in 20. He was here, and he was a part of that. Our staff was a part of that. Everybody. And so the staff, if you want to get them riled up, start talking about that. Hey, how's it feel to win your first state championship? I told the defensive guys coming in, we shut Mail out the last time we were here. Beat them 25-6 the year before that. So beat them 50-6 over a 2-year period. Defense showed up. You know what I mean? So we've been a part of 5 since I've been here, since 14. And again, it's something that wasn't new to us at all.
Jay, you won games this year where Zane had big nights. You won games this year where Clint, the rushing attack. You won a lot of games with your defense. When you look back on this team, what do you feel like was the ultimate strength of this team that carried you guys?
I think you saw it tonight. It was complementary football. Special teams play well at times, and again, defense has played great and has been solid all year. Offense has been in and out. You described it well. Sometimes he was the guy. Sometimes the passing game was the guy.
For the kids, what does this mean for you guys to win a title?
It's really cool. Like you said, I was on the 2020 team, but I didn't have as big as a role as I did now. And I've been preaching to these guys the past 3 years, like, we've got to get to Kroger Field. You got to have the feeling of winning a state title. It's the greatest feeling I've ever been through. And I was just a freshman at that time, and now winning it as a senior, it's just really cool to me, and I get to share this moment with all my brothers.
Yeah, I don't really think it's sunk in yet, but me and these other seniors, we've been through a lot, and we've worked really hard, and it's just happy to see that it all paid off in the end. So
they preach about your legacy at Trinity, and the one thing that we needed to have our legacy complete was this, and we did it. We got here and became prepared, and we played well, and we performed.
All right, for Clint, on the fake punt, what did you see, and how big was that play to you? Because that was a huge momentum, not a swing, you already swing with momentum, but it put the hammer down.
yeah, we work on it in practice all the time, and when Carson Hilbury came over and told me we were running it, I was like, all right, let's go. And Brady snapped it to me, and I saw nothing but green grass. Made a cut, tried to cut off Sekou's block, but had to go out of bounds. But we scored on that possession anyway, so it turned out good.
What goes into that call?
You what?
What goes into that call?
Well, again, complimentary football, midfield, you were there. There are two return guys. When you put two returners, I used to have this conversation with the old head coach all the time. You put two guys back there, you're one short. You know what I mean? So you're hurting yourself. Anytime we see anybody that's going to have a two return guy, it's alive for us. And we do work on 3 or 4 different ways to block it. And up front, we had a pretty good scheme against that. And Clint does a good job of seeing it.
For you guys just going through adversity, how much does that prepare you for a game, a situation like this when somebody else comes out and starts well? How prepared were you?
Well, I mean, it's happened before. Obviously, at Mail, we got down even bigger than that. And what we talk about as a defense when we go over the sideline, we all try to calm each other down and just like, hey, stay composed. There's a lot of game left. If you give up now, like, why are you even here? So we just really try to stay together and keep going out there and making plays. And just keep going out there and making plays because there's no reason to give up when we got to go out there. Just keep playing until the fourth quarter hits 0.
Final questions. Coach, congratulations on the championship.
Appreciate
Thank you all.
it. Thank you all very much.